Gentlemen, welcome to the New View Show, where we challenge the status quo and explore the world through a fresh lens. The New View Show is here to be your guide, offering insightful discussion, in-depth discussion, and meaningful conversation on the topics that matter most. Gone are the days of passive observation. Open your mind, expand your horizon, and prepare to see the world from a new view and fresh perspective. The New View Show is about to begin. Let's venture into a world of enlightenment, exploration, and endless possibilities.
Welcome to the New View. Today we have amazing guests. So let's go around so you can meet each other. But before we get there, this is an amazing time for us to have a nice conversation about different topics. We have a couple of questions that we are going to go over, like survey says, that we can share our experiences and see. So let's start with.
I'm Brenda with Fantress Services.
And I'm Marina. I'm a luxury realtor with Douglas Elliman.
I'm Carolina. I'm a holistic life coach.
I'm Michelle Sadownik, and I'm a realtor with Realty Home Advisors.
Excellent. So now that we know each other, let's start. So, Michelle, do you want to start with the first?
Yes, the first topic is about gender roles within relationships. Survey says that some people may have differing views on the division of household chores, such as decision-making or traditional gender roles within a relationship. So, ladies, what do you think?
Well, I think that ideally, right, it should be like equal, but in reality, they are really set roles. Unconsciously, like, I don't know, maybe because of the Latin culture, right? You have certain roles that are like only for the woman, only for the man. The man is supposed to do this, and you're supposed to be home and take care of the kids. I know that nowadays this is changing, and I wish that, when it is different, it's more like a teamwork. But in reality, I noticed that not so. What about you?
Well, I'll sip before I have to talk. Well, here's how I look at it. And I come from very traditional background. Former USSR, where women were still women and men were still men, and 86 genders were in the past. But now we are embracing everything. And we have to basically be in the current times and the current environment. I personally believe that women still rear kids because, well, that's biology and our nature. So not only do we have to be the mothers, the caretakers, but now we actually have to provide a good example for kids and work. So we basically have to be the super women and do our job, come home, and then still be the wives and the mothers and the caretakers. So I believe that we as women have to work harder than men because we have to not only be women, but we have to be kind of like women in pants and do it all and smile and do it in heels. So that's how I look at it. Super women. What do you think?
Well, I believe that men should take off more of the slack. I don't believe I should be doing all the work. I believe that if I'm working, you need to do the laundry. You need to wash the clothes. You need to cook. If I'm working, I should not have to come home and have to do dirty dishes. I should not have to come home and do your laundry. If you're home, pick up the slack where I lack, vice versa. So I would not, it all depends on the situations, but most importantly, as a couple, if we're in the home, husband and wife situation, I would expect my husband to pick up where I lack and vice versa. But I would not expect anything less than that.
Ooh.
Well, I'm single, so, and I've never been married. And I think that, I've made all my money on my own. I've done everything myself, and I've lived with men before, and I think it should be teamwork. If I'm working and he's working and something needs to be cleaned up, then we both should clean it up. Should be equal. And I have neighbors that have children, like 3 children, and all the husband does is, go to work, and then at night he takes a second job on. And then the woman, she's trying to be a realtor, actually. And she can't do anything because he's out doing everything for himself, and he's not really helping with the children. So he's trying to bring in the extra money, but she could bring in extra money if he would allow her to. And it might actually be even more money than what the family could bring in. So I'm pretty much, talking from a perspective, looking from the outside, because, most of my friends are all single, and not many are married, and we're all at this age now. We're in our 40s and 50s, and we've already passed that stage with, household chores with kids and things like that.
Maybe he doesn't feel that she is capable of holding up a job or maintaining.
Well,
bringing
he
the
has to
house.
give her a chance.
But clearly he doesn't, because he has the old values where the men work and the woman takes care of the family.
Yeah, he probably devalues her. He doesn't
I
value
never even
her.
believed that.
Yeah, he
because
probably
I grew
doesn't
up in a
value
home where
her as.
my mother worked.
Yeah. He probably doesn't
Yeah.
value her as her own individual person. He sees her as his wife. This is your job. This is what you're supposed to do. But I think that although he works, I think he also needs to put up the stack and do what he needs to do. It shouldn't be only her, because she has her own
archaic.
viewpoints.
That's upsetting. That's archaic.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
seriously,
that's what I mean,
we're
that
in
is-
2023.
Right.
And
It's not, but it is, right? In the sense that we don't want it to be like that, but that's what happens in reality. And you're saying, he doesn't allow her to. So it's difficult to navigate that in the sense of she wants to go out and work, but because of the responsibilities and because of the role that she plays, she cannot.
yeah, well, I think, part of being a parent and having your kids grow up in a normal environment is watching them share time together, share with the chores, share with bringing in money, and, creating equality. Because,
But that's not the story for everybody.
Yeah.
well, true, but I mean,
You know.
me, I'm a dreamer, and of course,
Yeah.
I like to see a perfect world.
Yeah, that's an unrealistic expectation because
Okay, fine.
Yeah, because I was a single mom, and I was on welfare. I was on Section 8. I got myself off my bootstraps, and I did everything all by myself. Well, correction, by God's grace, God's favor.
Congratulations.
And it took me 20-something years to become a homeowner. I wasn't a homeowner until I was 46 years of age. That was 3.5 years ago.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And you did it on your own.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a homeowner until I was 40, until I really got into real estate. So I laugh at myself because I'm like, I was putting down like a tiny little amount, when I was buying the home. I'm like, yeah, I can buy a home with $5,000 down, not even knowing the whole process.
Right.
So I can laugh at myself, and I just feel for the first-time home buyers, and I try to help them too. But
Right.
I totally get it.
Right.
Yeah, well, so continuing in this topic, we have another survey says, opinion on parenting practices, discipline methods,
We kind of talked about that.
and the balance between work and family life can vary between men and women. So what do you think?
I think that actually plays well from our first question.
Yeah.
Parenting styles. Well, basically, you guys are going to laugh, but we kind of have United States of America ends at our doorstep, and then United States of our last name begins in our house. So it's not really a democracy. It's more of a feudal dictatorship. Whatever we say goes. And if they don't like it, well, kind of tough kahunas. Because if they don't like it, they can go parent, they can live on their own, and they can basically follow the rules. So the kids, even though I make it sound very tough and very dictatorship style, but we as parents know best. We don't sit down, we don't give them kind of options because they're kids. When they're going to be 18 and older, then it's going to be more of ability to discuss and pick and choose. But at this point, we as parents have to basically guide them to the best of our ability. So, not really discussion for for the kids and the parents until they turn 18, but at the age of 18, they become adults and they have ability to partake in the choices that they make.
How old are your children?
5, 11, and 13. So we're not there yet.
I pretty much took a different approach as a young mom at 26, single on my own. I tried to be my daughter's friend, which was the worst possible thing I could have possibly done. And I paid for it dearly. And if I could turn back the clock, I would have never been her friend. I would have been a real parent. Although I tried to parent her, what I realized I was doing was I was making up for all the stuff that my mom didn't do for me. You know, she came to this country, she was from Haiti, and she didn't have any educational background. So all the stuff that I lacked, I poured into my child. So whatever she wanted, I gave. I poured, and in the end, she was a spoiled brat. And it didn't end well because I ended up having to kick her out my house. And what I got from that was the best decision I ever did, because now she's 23. She is, she rented her own apartment, although I gave her the money, but she's maintaining it. She's maintaining being an adult, and now she's getting ready to. She got accepted to get a job to work for TSA. So I'm really proud of her. But it had to take me being real mean and nasty, just being evil and kicking her out my house.
How old was she when you kicked her out?
I kicked her out when she was 20 years old.
Okay, so she was above the age of 18 where she could make her choices.
So it was tough as a parent, because when you just pour in, because I was like, I want you to do better than me. But I realized I was living my dream through her.
Yep. I've heard that story before, that a husband and wife kicked their child out because they took everything for granted. And so he sent them to live with their grandmother. And so they didn't have their PlayStation, and they didn't have all their toys and all their like luxuries that they had at their house. And he learned very quickly. And so did she. They did it to both kids. It's a smart thing to do, I think.
What do you think?
I have no kids.
But you have nephews.
Yes, I have nephews. But what I'm thinking is, from the outside, sometimes it's easy to criticize how you are parenting your kids, right? And sometimes you want to intervene because, of course, I'm the softy auntie, I want them just to be happy, stop crying or whatever. But I understand that there has to be some discipline. And I think that sometimes what happens with this parenting thing is that you always try to be better than your parents, but you have to be aware in doing so not to spoil your kids, right? So they have to be a tiny line between I want to be better
It's always a
and
balance.
you do whatever you want.
Right.
But as I say, from the outside, it's so easy to criticize and to say, oh, this is what you're doing. How come you allow this? Or how come you respond like this? But in reality, I'm not in that position. So it's
Because you don't know their story.
No.
You don't know what's going on inside their house. And that's the one thing I learned. You don't know what's going on in someone's story, what's going on in their home. So for me, as a single parent, it was rough. It was very hard for me. But I learned from that, and I said if I would ever given another opportunity to have another kid, I would take the complete 360 the other way around and raising my child, my daughter. But I think she didn't break any laws, thank God. But she's being a responsible adult, and I'm very happy to hear that. I'm happy to say that about her. So the next question that we have.
Oh, survey says, and I'm going to start. Beauty standards and body image. Ooh, I'll need to sip a lot more for this one. Perspectives on social beauty standards, body positivity, and the impact of media can differ significantly between men and women. What do you think? We'll start with you.
Wow. Well, I think that the magazines make us feel like we have to be like that person in the magazine, with body image, looks, makeup, everything. If if you see something in a magazine, you might want to run out tomorrow and go and buy that dress and spend a lot of money because you don't care because you just want to be like that person. I do that.
We're all guilty, let's be honest. But I think in 2023, we have come a long way because even Barbie, let's be honest, the Barbie that we all grew up with have developed a new shape, and now it's not an hourglass anymore. Now it's encompassing. Now the Barbie has crotches, and the Barbie comes in many colors and many shapes. So if Barbie was
What
able
does she
to
have?
crotches, now they have the
Crutches?
invalid
Crutches?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
do
yeah.
have Barbie. That's an invalid and has a
Oh,
wheelchair.
I didn't know that.
And believe me, 5-year-old. So I know
Okay.
a lot about adults, but it used to be very, very biased before. I think now as a culture we have developed and encompassed a lot more than we did before. And many dolls come in many colors, many shapes, and I think it's great. So even though we still look at the magazine and say, oh crap, I'm not going to eat that ice cream after 6 p.m., I think now even Victoria's Secret has models that are plus size, and it's not very one-dimensional anymore. So I think as a society we have moved from that to something more encompassing. What do you guys think?
No, actually, no. I think society has made it worse because they've made it. They've made it. They're selling plastic surgery
Right.
on every platform. Plastic surgery is made number one, and a lot of plastic surgeons are making a lot of money off of giving you that Coca-Cola body. That, you know, a lot of women of other ethnicities, like black women with the big boobs, the big breasts, and, you know, the full figure and the lips and all that. You're looking at the Kardashians, and they got, I call them barcode Barbies because of all the stuff that they did to their bodies. And I'm like, they don't even look how they looked 10, 15 years ago. I think that if you're going to have that type of work done, I think it should be done medically meaning. Like me, I was 6 months ago, I lost almost 80 pounds because I almost went into a diabetic coma. And so it was a life and death situation. I had to lose the weight. So I had lost literally another half of a person of me. I was that heavy. I couldn't walk. I was huffing and puffing the whole entire time. But in me losing the weight, guess what? I gotta look at myself every morning. And I hate the way what I see. I hate it even more because I have a lot of dead skin, a lot of loose skin, and I just want to be mentally okay. And to be mentally okay, I just want to get rid of the loose skin so that I can be all right. And not to do all this work and just look normal and not have all this loose skin hanging and look disformed.
So what happened with that is also that what is surgery? Is a necessity or it becomes like an addiction because there are people that they just do it and do it and do it and do it and do it.
And they call it body dysphoria?
Dysmorphia.
Yes.
Dysmorphia because they don't, but why this is happening? Because people look for approval or acceptance, and they have such a low self-esteem that the only thing that they feel that they are is the physical body.
I think it's more of a mental illness. It's an addiction.
Yeah.
It's we unfortunately are raising a lot of narcissistic people.
Yeah, but this has been around for a very,
Very
very
long
long
time.
time.
It's gotten worse. It's like you look on every platform, it is being pushed. Look this way.
True, but it's been around for a long time. I mean, I grew up with people that had eating disorders in 8th grade. I had an eating disorder. I have body dysmorphia. I constantly think I'm fat. Seriously. So I know what that's like. And I mean, I don't talk about it. I've had friends that don't want to be friends with me because when in college, because I'd be like, I don't want to go out with you anymore because you always say that you're fat. So
you made them feel bad because you thought that you were fat.
yeah,
But see, the problem I think comes from within, and it's an insecurity. You have to love yourself first, and
Exactly.
if you don't, it doesn't matter how many surgeries you're going to have. The problem is going to persist, and I think one of the problems, as you mentioned, was the plastic surgery. there's ethical doctors and then there's unethical doctors. Sometimes a little bit of tweaking is okay. There's no problem with that. But sometimes when you go overboard and the lips become triple size, you have to cut them off. Actually, I used to work for a plastic surgeon. One of my main jobs used to be ability to assess a patient before we would bring them on board, because I had to understand. And in my former life, I was a psychologist, so
Wow.
I had to understand that their expectations were realistic. Because if they're not, we would actually deny a lot of people. First of all, it's a liability. And secondly, if they're not going to be happy, and you cannot form somebody into something that's just unrealistic in real life, and if they don't understand that, there's no point to even begin that.
Excellent. So amazing conversation. We are going to go to a short commercial break, and when we come back, more of these amazing topics.
All right.
Let's go.
All right, guys.
Todo Bello Balloons is a business that was born out of a passion for creating unique and beautiful balloon designs, including balloon bouquets, balloon arches, balloon columns, and more. We specialize in creating unique and beautiful balloon designs that bring your dreams into reality. We believe that balloons have the power to bring people together and create lasting memories, and we are honored to be part of that experience. Contact us and we will bring happiness to your celebrations with our balloons.
The New View Show, where we offer
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
Welcome to AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet radio, TV production company, discover AMP2 TV. AMP2 TV is a full-service media company that can provide all streaming videos, video studios, radio studios, and television studios. Call us today at 866-224-5422, for no business is too small to grow to be accounted. It's time for your message to be seen. Let AMP2 TV help get you there.
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
The New View Show, where we offer insightful discussion, in-depth discussion, and meaningful conversation on topics that matter most. Now, back to the show.
Oh, you want me to do that? Welcome back. Well, the ladies of the View, the New View. So, our survey says that sexuality and relationships, discussions about sexual preferences, expectations within the relationships, topics and related to intimacy can lead to diverse opinions. So, ladies, what are your views about this?
This is a loaded question. Well, it's true. We do have a marital obligation to perform the act. But sometimes you just don't want to perform the act. And yes,
The singles, like,
Thank
no.
God, thank God I'm not married.
Yeah, right?
Jeez.
sometimes you do it because, well, the partner does want to, and sometimes you just want to watch Sex in the City yet again.
I'm Samantha.
I'm always the.
Well, then I could be a little bit of Charlotte too, but I'm not married, so.
Well, that's true. We can all play different roles, and I think we can all. There is a little part of Samantha in all of us. I think,
Yeah,
and the fact that she's missing is a big problem from the show. But the point is, not everyone can be Carrie. Not everyone can be. Who was the other one? Who was the-
Charlotte,
Charlotte.
Carrie.
Yes.
Oh, the lawyer.
The
Ugh,
the
I
lawyer.
hated her.
What was her name?
Miranda.
Miranda. Sorry,
So I
Miranda.
think at some point, all of us basically play different
Different
roles
roles, yeah.
within each other. So, what do you think?
I don't know. I'm single. I've been single for 40 years. So my relationships don't really last very long. I think, well, the longest I've had was 4 years. And they typically only last a year and a half. And then I take like a little break, and then I'm not really in a relationship for a while, and I'm on a big break right now. So.
You're in between. That's the polite way of saying it.
Way
We're
in between. I'm focusing on my work, you know. I'm just, as far as like relationships and who should initiate, you know, depends on my mood. If I want to initiate, then I'm going to initiate.
As you should.
And then if he wants to take me out and romance me, he should. And I think that, now I go old school too, because I like gifts. You know, I like jewelry, and if I'm dating a guy, I kind of expect that. And I expect him to check in with me too. And what else? I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, my viewpoint is if you're not married, you should not be having sex.
Oh.
Period.
Oh, girl, you just went 1800s.
That's no. That is something that you need to share
Sweet.
with someone that you said to God that this is the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with.
Okay, I believe that part, but I believe that I don't want to share my energy
Yeah,
and
with
waste
anybody,
my
yes.
energy with somebody that's not worthy of me.
And that's where you use discernment in that situation.
Discernment?
Because discernment.
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 Discernment
I'm
or
sorry.
disservice?
Discernment.
Okay.
You use discernment. And so for me, I will not have, the guy already knows. Don't be looking here looking for some cookies, because you ain't getting nothing over here. And if you're not serious, if you're dating me, you need to be dating me intentionally so that we can be husband and wife.
I'm scared of her.
If your act is not together, we have nothing to discuss. For me, I believe in making sure my man feel like the king of the house, and that means whining and dining him. I don't need to wait for him to do it, because if I do what I'm supposed to do, be the stripper in the bedroom and be the lady in the street, he won't stray away. He'll do what he's supposed to do.
Right.
And you go-
I can see her in the cat suit.
Yeah.
Can you?
Do
So
you have little outfits in your closet?
no.
There's no 50 Shades of
Do you
Grey.
go and buy them on occasion?
Would
at
you?
least?
That is no. Why? I'm waiting for that person.
I know,
I-
but you should have it ready just in case.
Listen, when I'm ready, he's going to know. That husband's going to know, because I'm going to make sure that he does not lack for nothing. He's not looking outside the marriage. He doesn't have any questions who he married. And he's running to come home to me every night, because I have a high sex drive.
Wow.
Single guys take note. She's got a high
Okay.
sex life, and she's not afraid to use it.
But he has to be he has to date me intentionally. There will be no having fornicating. That's not happening. Not on my watch, and I don't believe that's
Not
gonna
until
change.
you're married.
Because people
There's
don't
no
understand.
sampling.
No, because what people don't understand is you are sowing a seed in that person. There is a part of you is being. There's a saying where you're sowing a seed of something to someone else.
Wait, what
In
if
that
you get
relation-
involved with him and the sex sucks?
That's a good point.
I mean,
What do you
and then
do?
you have no sexual relationship when you're married with him because you didn't have it before.
You work on it.
How can you
What
work
if you
the
can't
size is not
fix it?
there?
What if
There's
it's
no-
too small and he
Listen,
doesn't know how to work it?
Hold up, but you but the thing is, wouldn't you have known in the sense of your engagement, how y'all hang out, how you?
But you
know-
haven't sampled the goods. How
Yeah,
would you know?
exactly.
No, I
it
don't
could
believe
be
in
really
sampling the
sloppy.
goods. No, I don't believe in sampling the goods.
A little bit?
No,
Here and there?
no. Why?
No
Why would I
sampling
do-
at all?
No. So, I have a question. A survey says, do sexual needs change over time, age, and illness, children, and grandkids? Yes,
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
but I feel that as a woman, you should still keep it going regardless, because children come and go. But guess what? You're still going to be with that husband. You still got to be able to satisfy him. And I believe in making sure my man is right. Because if he's right, he's going to take care of me.
I think you still do need to have sex in the relationship, no matter what, because you have to keep that bond together and keep that energy connected and connecting with each other. You know.
And sometimes sex may not be physical. It may be mental. That person could be stimulating you mentally. The
Sure.
conversation, the taking me for a walk, and just that moment of just, you know what, let's just have just us me time, just quiet time, and just
You're
let's-
talking about intimacy. So
that-
basically, the partners have to figure out the intimacy, and it doesn't have to be necessarily
It's their
sexual.
love language.
Right. It's the intimate thing, whatever makes you tick. And it could be different things. Walking the dog, traveling. Like, for example, me and my husband, we travel. We like to go on different adventures. I always like different adventures. So whatever is it that makes the two of you tick, you go back to the basics, and whatever made you two fall in love with each other. I
What
think.
made you fall in love?
He was different. He was daring, and he brought me flowers. And I'm probably one of the few women that hates flowers. So he did it for a year. It was the funniest thing. After a year, I finally worked up the nerve to tell him I hate flowers.
No, thank you.
Here's my rationale. It's not that I hate flowers. I love flowers. I just hate the idea of somebody giving me something that's going to die. So unless they're in a pot and they're alive, then I am okay with it. But if it's just a bouquet,
Yeah.
and you know it's going to die, it just makes me sad.
That is sad.
You know, it just killed it.
so.
Okay, Carolina, what about you?
Well, I'm more conservative too. Especially because since I work with energy, for me it's really important with whom and how I share my energy with. So I'm not, never being a one night stand or that kind of stuff, because energetically, never.
You
Never
never
slam
have.
them, thank you, man.
No.
Wow.
No, never. Never
You
have the
can take
need.
her out of the tub.
Yeah. No, I will. I know that I will not, because energetically I can't. It's too much for me. So
What if he comes with the energy and you just room and caliente and all that juicy
Did
goosey
you go to
stuff?
college
yes.
And
in
nothing?
the United States?
No.
Oh,
In my country,
okay.
in Venezuela, which
Okay.
is different.
It was conservative.
Yeah, it's super conservative.
It was frowned upon if you do all the
Yeah. So, but I mean, I'm open and receptive to all of that, but it have to be the right person. It cannot be like anybody, like just, oh, I just met you and then, no, that's never gonna happen. Even though it has an amazing energy, it's never gonna happen.
Yeah, but
So,
right. So I don't think that's a good
Ah,
idea.
been single
As
for so
when-
long. College
Yeah.
was like, and I was in a candy store.
No. So I made the
Really?
mistake. Listen, I made the
Yes.
mistake of laying, having choosing the wrong guy to lay with to have my child, and I paid for it very dearly. And so I would not ever make that mistake again. It's because what people don't realize, you become emotionally attached to that person. And you don't realize you do, because a part of them are in you, and you don't realize it. And if you don't take care of those emotional attachments that you don't realize that person imparted in you, you're there forever. They're your forever husband. And you don't realize that.
That's true. But you do have a beautiful daughter.
Yes, I do.
You are
I
very
think they're not your forever husband. They're
Yeah.
forever in your life, as long as that child is connected to the two of you.
Right. So
shall we continue? Let's see what else we have here.
What's next in our survey?
Let's see.
Or
Number 5, I think. Okay, survey says, while both men and women may support gender equality, their perspective on feminism and the strategies to achieve equality can vary. Yes, of course.
It's an interesting look at it.
See,
Can you define that a little bit better?
yeah.
How did he
I don't know, but the thing is that sometimes people confuse that I want to be better with feminism, like, oh, I want to be equal to the men. No, I want to have the same opportunities.
What if you marry a narcissist?
Ugh.
How do you really feel?
Well, I think that if you marry a narcissist,
All right,
you
if
would probably know before.
yeah, exactly, you will know
No, you
before,
wouldn't.
maybe
You could have your blinders on because you're
Yeah.
so
You're
in
shaking
love
your
with
head
that
them.
you forget about it. You're like,
No, I mean when you meet somebody, you're like, oh my
you don't
god,
see any,
you don't see anything.
any mistakes. Everything is so
No,
good. Just
I mean-
But the
through.
hidden messages will always be there. Somebody who is a narcissist, it doesn't come out
If
of
you're
the
having
woodwork.
fun, you're enjoying your time with them, you may not see that.
Yeah.
No,
At
there's,
some
there's,
point,
there's,
that
there's a
is
lot
always
of
up the ropes.
there's a lot of red flags. There's
There- I
so
agree
many
with
red
you.
flags because if the person's constantly about me, that's a red
Yeah, but
flag.
if you're too stupid to know, or
No,
too,
not
too
that-
wrapped
I don't
up
think
in
you're-
like
I
their
don't-
looks or something.
Every woman has been given
Right.
that sense of something's not right. You know when something's not right with a dude.
Women's intuition. You have
Yeah, but
it
it goes
and
out
you
the
follow
window.
it.
No.
First night, second night,
No,
night
no,
number
not at
3,
all.
believe me, when he's looking in your mirror more than you do, we have a problem. If he's hugging the bathroom more than me, there's a problem.
I've been there.
If he dresses better than me, we certainly have a problem.
That's a narcissist? Can
That
a
is a
woman,
narcissist.
Can a woman be a narcissist?
Yes.
Of course.
100%.
Women are
100%.
Oh my God, there's so many women that are the worst. Oh, they're so well known. I can name a couple. Lord, they're
Are they famous or are they
They're
just in your
famous. They're worst.
circles?
Oh my God, they're worst. Like you look at those Kardashians. They're the worst. They
You haven't been for the Kardashians.
They are the worst. Oh my
You know the funny
God.
part, people who hate them watch them even more. So there you have it.
They
it's
what?
a case in business college now. How they became what they became without much talent or anything else. So it's part of our society. Pay attention.
Yeah, and they made it big off of the older sister. No, the second
sex tape.
the sex tape.
That made them all.
And their mom pimped each and every one of them.
But look at how far they came. I think it's a
They're a
tragedy.
household
I think that's and I think it's a tragedy. It's truly a tragedy how they became famous. Where if it was a black family that did it, they wouldn't have become famous. Never.
That's not true.
No. No.
There's plenty
No,
of actually
no, no,
black celebrities that are not really talented, but yet they made
If
it really
you
far.
if you look at shows nowadays, and you see, you're not gonna find, and I see a lot in society where you're not gonna see a black mother, a black father with a black child. Now what you see in these shows are they're breaking up the black family. You'll see a black woman married to a white man. It's not okay, the black family, like what you saw with the Cosby Show, what you saw in the Jeffersons, what you saw in Good Times. You don't see that anymore. Now they're selling a lot of interracial relationships. They're not selling the black family. It's like
the
even
family
what's the
values of
problem with that?
1950s.
yeah, they don't value that anymore. If you look at Apple still does not show black families. But you'll see another ethnicity with the black family, but you don't see that in the Apple store. You don't see
So
that.
do you
in
think
the
they-
Coming back, being remade, The Wonder Years of the Black Family.
I didn't see that.
I haven't seen anything.
So right now I'm watching on Netflix, I'm watching Suits. My favorite character, or one of them, is Meghan Markle.
right.
And the other lawyer whose dad is black and she's half black and like she's gorgeous. They're both gorgeous.
Right.
And I'm enjoying it. I'm
And
loving the
that's
show.
good,
and
but
she's
it's
a
just-
successful black woman and the other one's a successful black woman. And
You don't see that. They don't. Every show that where they initially have the families, black families together. For some reason, towards the end of the show, they break up or they go and end up being.
what about Empire? I mean-
yeah. For how long was that? How long did that last before that blew up?
Well, I don't know.
Before
I
Jesse
wasn't
Soul
focusing
Smollett
on the
decided to
divorce
fake
stuff.
that hurt that he did when it was all publicity stunt to try to get more money.
But look at it this way, 1950 values no longer apply. So now we need more controversy to spice things up.
And that's not,
that could
and
be
it's
it.
unfortunate when you got to sell that. You got to sell, there's a lot. I don't even watch TV as much as I used to because every time I watch the TV, I don't want to be looking at another person of the same sex having relations. That's not something that I want to see. I don't want to see my child. I try to explain to my child why that's going on. That's something that's personal that I need to teach my child. I should not have to have Disney advertising that.
Well, we will continue that topic after.
Latino definition of narcissist, machismo.
Yes, totally.
Explain.
Oh, did you know that in Latin culture, right, when we say narcissist, we compare it with machismo, which is macho man. You know,
Yeah.
I am the
that
only
song,
one who has
Macho
all
Man.
the rights and the one who decides everything. But we will continue that conversation after the commercial breaks.
Todo Bello Balloons is a business that was born out of a passion for creating unique and beautiful balloon designs, including balloon bouquets, balloon arches, balloon columns, and more. We specialize in creating unique and beautiful balloon designs that bring your dreams into reality. We believe that balloons have the power to bring people together and create lasting memories, and we are honored to be part of that experience. Contact us and we will bring happiness to your celebrations with our balloons.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
Welcome to AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet radio, TV production company, discover AMP2 TV. AMP2 TV is a full-service media company that can provide all streaming videos, video studios, radio studios, and television studios. Call us today at 866-224-5422, for no business is too small to grow to be accounted. It's time for your message to be seen. Let AMP2 TV help get you there.
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
The New View Show, where we offer insightful discussion, in-depth discussion, and meaningful conversation on topics that matter most. Now, back to the show.
So, welcome back. We are coming back to the topic of machismo, which is macho men. So, what I was saying to you before is in Latin America, well, that's my experience, right, is a really macho men community. But it's amazing because when you see it from the outside, who give you that program is your mom. The females in the family are the one who instigate that.
Matriarch
Yeah,
household.
but they make it like the man is the most important. If you have an older brother, he's the one who makes all the decisions. You just have to say yes, sir. No way. That's so difficult. So difficult. Once you realize, you say this is not what I want in my life, but it's so difficult because this is still happening.
What happens if you rebel? Are you the black sheep of the
Oh
family?
yes, of course.
And you get
And,
kicked
and
out?
it's really difficult sometimes to date in that community because Latin men wants a woman submissive, home, at home, taking care of the kids. You don't work, you don't do anything. I provide, but you are here. Like, you depend on me.
But do you have to date only in Latin community? Can you go outside of the community?
Thank God, my family, yes, they are open and receptive. It doesn't matter, but normally, you date in your community. So.
Would they accept
So you
if
have
you
to
would
date a
someone
Latin
else?
guy.
Yes, in my family, yes, but in regular families, no. It has to be Latin because you have to be able to understand the culture, talk to your family. It is very difficult if they are not.
I mean, I understand that.
Wait,
I
why
would-
is your family different than the other families?
I have no idea. Thank God. Thank God I
Well,
landed
but I-
there.
well-
And they are a little bit more open in that sense. I mean, my sister is married with a Muslim. They live in Dubai and they're happily married.
Wow, that's
And
pretty
we
cool.
have, yeah, no problem. And when you realize they are really similar to our cultures in different ways, but really similar, they are open and receptive.
So your family is very open-minded.
Yes,
basically.
yes,
And a lot
thank
of
God.
A lot of Latin culture is not
Exactly.
open-minded. They are stuck in their values.
Yes.
They don't want to change.
No. And then this, once you are out of that, what I say, like,
You're outcast.
You're outcast.
kind of,
Like an outcast.
kind of,
and stuff.
yeah. Because they know that you're not gonna follow those rules.
But who
Right.
established these rules?
I'm telling you.
Grandma and
the
grandpa?
The females
The
of the
matriarch of the home.
yes,
The
the
matriarch of the home.
matriarch. Because they are the one who impose that the man has more value than the woman.
Well, I don't think that's necessarily true.
I agree with that. That's not true.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I just think that there's, if for me, as a woman, if my husband is taking good care of the house, I have no problem being submissive. I have no problem being the wife and making sure that I'm cooking and I'm cleaning.
Can I please
and
get
I'm-
a restaurant reservation?
and doing all those things? I mean, it's all in the story.
But
not
does it
It's
ultimately
different.
make you
It's different
happy?
when you make the decision that when you are imposed to be like that. Totally different. Because they
that's
expect you
what
to
you-
be like that, then of course you want to run away from that. At least that's my case. Forget about it. You try to control me, I'm out of here.
Me
But
too.
is it control? Is it abusive? Is it verbal? Is it physical?
Sometimes it's all of the above.
But if it's
And you
not-
have to allow that because that's your husband, and you have to be with them forever and ever and ever, even though there's any
So
kind of
divorce
abuse.
is so frowned upon in Latin
Yes, in Latin America,
Wow.
What about
divorce.
if it's loving?
A loving divorce?
Loving divorce. You know,
I've had
nowadays.
loving breakups.
No. Listen to this. I have a balloon business. We do arrangements, and it's amazing. They keep asking me if I can do a divorce me
Oh,
party.
that's the new thing.
They are doing
yes.
parties
divorce
because
party.
I divorced, so I'm so
Wow.
happy. Same way that you do a wedding, now they do a divorce party. Yes.
Oh, that's
What is it, a broken heart?
Listen, I used
Like
to work
cracked
with
in the
this-
middle?
I
They
used
get
to
so
work-
creative, so
listen,
creative.
I used to work with this. She was the VP of merchandising, and she, when she finally divorced her husband, she was so happy. She had one of my coworkers make a cake, and
Just divorced, yes.
and no, with a knife in his back.
Oh wow.
It was that bad.
Yeah, well,
that bad.
they get
He was
creative,
he was
right?
toxic.
Yeah.
I mean, the horror she dealt with, it was horrible. It was horrible.
Well, it's liberating, and you want to celebrate it just as much as you want to celebrate the union of getting together.
See, for me to get a divorce, I don't believe in divorce. I do not believe
What
in
if
divorce.
it really
Well,
is broken and it's not
I
breaking
think
up?
it's necessary sometimes.
I think it's
Yes,
necessary
totally.
too.
I don't believe in divorce.
Totally.
Especially
I
with
believe, and
children.
hence why I have not got married, because you have to choose wisely. I do not believe in divorce. I believe you should marry to death do us part.
So you believe in marriage?
I believe in marriage.
How many times you been married?
I've never been married.
And hence you go.
I've never been married, and I don't believe in divorce.
But you believe in marriage.
I believe in marriage.
You believe in the vacancy of marriage.
What you mean vacancy of
You
marriage?
ain't been married. How can you believe in it?
Listen, I haven't met the person yet, and that's why I'm choosing very wisely who I allow as part of being part of my. It's all
Maybe
about
the
the choice.
allowing is preventing you from finding somebody.
I haven't met anybody because all the guys that I keep meeting or guys that only want sex and they're either 10 or 20 years younger than me, or they're married, or they're looking for a sugar mama, or the guys that, I met this guy during through a hookup, and he wanted me. He was like a hospice husband.
What's a hospice
What's a
husband?
hospice husband?
A hospice husband is a guy that love bombs you, that wines and dines you,
I am so
and
behind.
he gets you to marry him, and he leaves you with all this debt, and he ends up dying within a year
Oh.
of the relationship.
Oh.
I was not going to be
He
a hu-
dies.
Yes,
Like
because he
He
dies.
drops dead?
He dies because the thing about it is he's already dying, but he doesn't tell the person that he's love bombing.
hospice.
A hospice husband.
Now, that
A
I've
hospice-
never even heard of that.
A hospice
neither.
husband.
So-
That these men are looking for women. They're
This
looking
is
for
worse
women
than
like me.
crypto.
Look
But
at these.
why do they
these
want to
are
give you
wo-
their debt if they're dead?
Listen, these are men that have done nothing with their life. Nothing with their life.
That's
and so
insane.
And so they meet these women that are 40 or 50 years old and that have never been married, and then they love bomb them, and then
And
they
how old are they?
they're in their
For-
40s and
They're
50s.
dying.
And they
But
don't
they're dying? Why are they
Yeah,
dying at
no,
40
they've
and
already,
50?
they've already reaped their spent all their money, and now they're sick and
But
they
why
can't
do they
find.
care if they're
But
dead?
why are
and
they
pay
sick?
what
What are
the
they
debt is
sick
paid?
from?
They can whatever
Cancer.
disease, cancer, sickness, whatever.
Well, don't they
sickness
want to
you-
help themselves get better?
Well, clearly they are
Some of them
not.
are destitute. And so they look for a woman that's very progressive, that's financially stable, that has a good job, or that's well off to take care of them, and then
I'm
they
not
convince
taking
these
care of
women
any
to
man.
marry
Let me ask
them.
you this: what do you
No.
do? You ask for their medical history? Just
And how
so
did you
know?
find this
How do you
out?
find- How do you find this?
How'd you find this person?
What? I did my homework. I ran a background
Okay,
check
so
on him.
your first date, you basically ask for your social security, your medical
Oh, no, no,
history.
no.
I want to know where you
No,
are,
no,
why you
what
going to
this is
science.
what I did. I listened. So sometimes people just tell on themselves.
Oh, I'm
I
sure now.
listened.
They
I
always tell you
listened,
who they are,
and
definitely.
then I took their information, their tag, and what they say their name is, and then I did a
Wow.
complete background check
Oh,
on them.
because you have access.
I have
don't
access
you?
to a lot of stuff.
She is dangerous.
I only have been verified.
No. I got access to stuff that people don't think I got access. I'm like, hold up, let me see.
Ooh,
what's
I'll be
going
calling
on.
you.
We know, we will
He's
call
got
her.
that
Like,
investigator.
hey,
Because
can you check for us?
Because I'm not.
Well, I gotta
gonna
meet
do
somebody
anything.
Yeah,
first.
me too, but once we get it, we send it there first.
Exactly,
to do the
exactly.
background check.
You're gonna be my new best friend.
Yeah, no, I just can't. I can't just
Guys,
date.
medical history, that's where it's
I mean, and then you know. And then one thing I've learned is, ask to go to their bathroom. Look at their
Ew,
medicine cabinet. That's the best place.
Better not be pee on the toilet or
Look,
anything.
look in their sock drawer. They'll hide the medication in their sock drawer.
the more I listen
Well,
to
don't
the
you
more I want to
already
be a
know
nun.
they're on meds anyway?
You don't know it until you go into their medical cabinet, or you look in their sock.
That's invasion
or-
of their privacy.
Listen, and that's all about being a snoopy woman. I'm snooping.
So
am
you've
snooping.
actually been
You're not
dating
snooping,
then.
That's crazy.
Yes, and I do my homework. I'm not just gonna marry a crazy person and don't know what I'm getting
How
myself.
many
in.
dates?
Just a couple before I say, "Oh, this is not gonna work out."
Oh, wow. Well,
Wow.
No sex, medical history.
yeah.
And of course,
We didn't even get to the exterior of what they look like.
and then of course,
Forget
it's
that.
a requirement that you do an HIV/AIDS test. I need to make sure. I can't let you kiss me because I don't know if you got herpes. I don't know what disease you have. I have to make sure you're okay.
I thought everybody had herpes.
All right, we gotta wrap this up.
Not everyone has herpes.
We gotta
Yeah.
go.
So,
Wow.
thank you very much, ladies. This has been an amazing conversation. And yes, until next time.
That was fast.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Thank
This was the
you.
New View.
And that concludes another thought provoking episode of The New You Show. We hope that our exploration of diverse perspectives and in depth conversations has left you with a renewed sense of curiosity, empathy, and a deeper understanding of the world around us. Remember, the journey does not end here. The discussions sparked by the New View Show are meant to continue beyond the confines of this program. We encourage you to take what you've learned, share it with others, and engage in meaningful conversations in your communities, both online and offline. Thank you for watching, and join us next time.